make it fuzzy.
Hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome everyone. Hello, Parker. Just gonna wait for a few minutes to let people start coming in, and then we will get started. Hello, who else is here today? Welcome. Shall we get started for today? Hello. Hello guys. Today is the 17th. On the 17th, we are opening our 17th book, obviously, which is here. We've read 16 books so far. Yeah, let me take that out. Yeah. It's a bit hard, this one. Or is it my problem? It's probably my problem. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Today we have it, Mr. Man, A Christmas Carol. This is a good size. Mr. Man, A Christmas Carol. Does Mr. Mean have any money? He has pots of it. And he keeps it all hidden under his floorboards. All the money hidden underneath the floor. Is that what you do? Is what Daddy and Mommy do? I hope not. Well, they've got, and you've got safer places for your money, such as like the bank. But does Mr. Mean spend any of his money? Hardly a penny. He has lots of money, but he doesn't want to spend it because he's Mr. Mean. Guess what Mr. Mean has for every meal? A can of baked beans. Just baked beans? Is that enough for you? Have you got enough nutrition going on in your body? A can of cold baked beans mean because he's too mean to turn the cooker on. He doesn't want to cook. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how Mr. Mean makes all of his money. He owns a factory that makes piggy banks. And because Mr. Mean is so mean, he pays his staff hardly any money at all. The people who work for them, they don't get a lot of money because Mr. Mean is very mean. Hello, Hayden. And they only get 1 day off a year. Hi, Ophelia. Only 1 day of holiday? Christmas Day. Mr. Mean considers this to be far too much time off. Well, Mr. Mean is really, really mean. If anyone complains, then Mr. Mean points out his best worker, who has worked for him the longest, who has never complained, and who always has a smile for his boss. "Look at Mr. Happy," said Mr. Mean. "He works for me and he's happy. He didn't complain." Hello. Late on Christmas Eve, after everyone but Mr. Mean and Mr. Happy had gone home, the factory received a visitor. It was little Miss Sunshine. She was here to invite the two of them to Christmas lunch the following day. "Oh, Christmas lunch," spluttered Mr. Mean. "What a lot of stuff and nonsense. Before I know it, you'll be expecting me to buy presents for everyone. Humbug." "How about you, Mr. Happy?" said little Miss Sunshine, ignoring Mr. Mean's outburst. "Would you like to come and join us?" I won't be able to make it," said Mr. Happy. "But thank you for asking." So little Miss Sunshine said, "Never mind, have a good day and happy Christmas to you both." Why did Mr. Happy say he couldn't make it? "Bah, humbug," muttered Mr. Mean as he sat counting his money. On his way home, Mr. Happy looked in the shop windows. "I wish I could go to little Miss Sunshine's Christmas lunch," he murmured to himself as he gazed at a bright window display full of presents. "But how can I possibly go when I cannot afford to take presents for everyone? I don't have enough money to buy presents for everyone, so I cannot go." Oh, that's his reason. With a heavy sigh, Mr. Happy glumly trudged through the snow. Aww. That evening, Mr. Mean not only had half a tin of cold baked beans because his factory was going to be closed for a whole day. It was very cold in his house, but rather than light a fire, he went to bed. Mr. Mean counts coins rather than sheep to get himself to sleep. Instead of counting sheep, he counts coins. And while he slept, Mr. Mean dreamed a very strange and troubling dream in which he met 3 people. Who did he meet? Have a guess. The first person he met was Mr. Nosy, who showed Mr. Mean what his past Christmas day had been like. Mr. Mean saw himself sitting all alone. No friends, no presents, no comfortable fire, no Christmas lunch. And then Mr. Mean saw everyone else enjoying themselves in the dream. Mr. Mean groaned in his sleep and turned restlessly under his thin blanket. Look at his blanket. I don't think his blanket is good or warm enough. The next person to visit Mr. Mean's dream was little Miss Wise, and she showed him what the present Christmas day was going to be like. Mr. Mean saw Mr. Happy sitting alone and cold in his house. Look, they're looking at him, eating a can of cold baked beans. And he doesn't even like baked beans. He was just too poor to heat his house and too embarrassed to go to little Miss Sunshine's house without presents for everyone. "He doesn't look very happy, does he?" observed little Miss Wise. "Not so much Mr. Happy, more like Mr. Sad." Mr. Mean moaned in his sleep and clutched his flat pillow. The third person to appear in his dream was little Miss Bossy. She showed Mr. Mean what his future Christmas had in store. A miserable-looking Mr. Happy walked through town, and as this sad person greeted the people he met in the street, Mr. Mean noticed something. "Everyone is calling him Mr. Sad!" exclaimed Mr. Mean. "That's because he is," explained little Miss Bossy. He isn't happy anymore, so now everyone calls him Mr. Sad, and that is all your fault, said Little Miss Bossy. With these words ringing in his ears, Mr. Mean woke up with a start. Sunlight was streaming into his cottage as he jumped out of bed. Oh my, he cried as he rushed out the door. In a great flurry of activity, Mr. Mean ran from shop to shop, pounding on doors and making shopkeepers open up their shops just for him. Mr. Happy was just getting up when he heard a loud knocking at his door. He could not believe his eyes when he opened it, nor his ears. Happy Christmas! Cried Mr. Mean. No time to waste. Quick, quick, quick. We're off to Little Miss Sunshine's. But I can't go, blurted out Mr. Happy. I don't have any presents. All taken care of, cried Mr. Mean. And do you know what? He was right. Behind him on the snowy path was a sledge laden with brightly wrapped presents. Oh, that's so sweet of him. Little Miss Sunshine was overjoyed to see the two of them. Mr. Happy and Mr. Mean, rather to his surprise, had a wonderful day. Lots of friends, presents, a warm fire, and a huge Christmas lunch. I couldn't ask for anything more, said Mr. Happy. Thank you so much, Mr. Mean. You might not ask for anything more, but you're going to get it, said Mr. Mean. And with this, he gave Mr. Happy a present. It's just something to remember me by. Mr. Happy opened the present. What do you think will be in the present? It was a tin of baked beans. Oh, well, Mr. Mean, you could have done better than giving people presents with baked beans. All right, this is today's story, Mr. Men, A Christmas Carol. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Tomorrow, we are going to open our 18th book in our Advent Calendar collection. We're doing so well, and I'm very looking forward. We are just one day closer to Christmas, and I'm very happy about that. Tomorrow, we'll keep on our live at 5:30 Hong Kong time in the afternoon. I hope you have enjoyed the story. If you came in late, don't worry. The stories, the videos will be saved on Facebook automatically. You can watch it again. You can come back to it later on if you want to. All right, that's all for today, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.